Hey guys, welcome to PE tip number 56, and we're going to be talking about how to get a better pump with the Bathmate. So I got a question the other day from one of the channel subscribers, and he wanted to know. Well, his question was this. Problem was this. He was using the pump, and then like the next day he's using the pump again, and he doesn't feel like he's getting as good as a suction, good as pressure, good pump. And I know exactly what he's talking about. I've been through this, and I came up with a list of different things to keep in mind and techniques you can use to help with this problem. Now I need to do have this first tip. You got first, guys. You gotta have healthy expectations of this stuff. So what I mean by that is that not every pump is going to be the best pump of your life. It just isn't. Okay. I've had it where like I've had like 2 days in a row that it's awesome, and then day three just really sucked. Well, I didn't get enough length. I wasn't getting enough girth. Whatever the problem may be. Maybe my scrotum got sucked into the chamber, which really hurts. It doesn't matter what the problem was. The problem was it wasn't as good as the first two or the day before pump. This is just going to happen. This is the reality of it. You're not going to get like a grand slam every go. Okay. But with that said, there are a couple things you can do to help increase the suction, the seal of the pump. And we're going to go through these. So the first thing, guys, I'm going to recommend is, and this is a real possibility, it might be that he needs to dry off the Bathmate, right? Like, think about it. You first get it, it's dry. You use it, it gets wet. Sometimes it stays wet. Sometimes people don't dry it off properly. So, and the water, guys, is going to get, right here, and it might make a leak in the seal. Might. I'm not saying it will. I said it might. And you know what I mean, that's going to cause problems with the seal, hence less good suction, less pressure, not as good as a pump. Okay, so that's number one or two. Next, guys, I highly now I have done like 7 days in a row before. I'm not really sure if I would recommend that forever and ever. My recommendation is you do the pump every other day. And the reason I suggest that, or if you do it 2 days on or 1 day off, something like that. But the reason I suggest you take rest days, guys, is because your penis is going to get fatigued, and you are not going to. It's just you're just not going to get as good enough pump as you would if it was fully rested and healed. That's just fact, right, guys? If you're too fatigued, you're not going to get a good pump. So sometimes a rest day helps. If another thing you guys can do is, and I've been talking on this, I've been hopping on this, get the Bathmate Extreme. That's the one with the hand pump. I actually put it away last night, so I don't have it out right now. But I think it gets a better pump. It gets a better suction. You can really get just that little bit more suction going. I think so far of the different models I've used, I've really enjoyed that one the most. I would highly suggest you get a Bathmate Extreme. I think it'll give you the best suction and the best pump out of all of them, in my opinion. Now, the next thing, guys, which often gets really ignored, is positioning. Sometimes, guys, you just moving this, up and down 1/4 of an inch. That's all it takes to really affect the how good of a seal you got, guys. I've had to do it where I've had to take it off and then reposition it to really get that suction going. That does happen. So positioning is another possibility. Maybe you gotta. It's sometimes, like I said, 1/4 of an inch is all it takes to really change how well of a seal you have on your groin when you attach the pump. The next thing, guys, I would suggest is scrotum stretches. This is where you stretch out the scrotum before. I do 50 of these before I put it on. It helps. I think it stretches it out, gives more surface area for the pump to attach to the scrotum. I found it can help keeping your ball sack getting sucked in. That's just I would suggest you do that exercise before every time, 50 of them 50 stretches before you put on the Bathmate. Another thing, you need to trim your pubic hair. However, I'm gonna say this, guys. I have actually shaved all it off before. Well, here, sometimes the hair will keep you from getting. Let me say this. Sometimes the hair will keep you from having a good seal, hence not a good pump. But I've also found that if you shave everything off, the same thing can happen. It's an odd paradox. So I would suggest you trim down, but not shave off. That is the hairstyle I would suggest for your down there region. Now another tip, and this is an old one that I was given, is you can use Vaseline around the rim before you put it on. Now, there's a couple things, guys. I don't particularly enjoy this method for two reasons. One, it can eat at the comfort pad if you have an older model. That has happened to me before. And the second thing, guys, is it really does create a hell of a mess. It creates a hell of a mess. So I don't. This works, but it's messy. Okay, this works, but it's messy. So just keep that in mind. Another tip, guys, that I found that helped. Do some Jelqing before you put it on. Like 200 to 300 Jelqs. Do that. For those who don't know what Jelqing is where it's a girth exercise where you milk. It's like you milk the penis and you force blood into the head. You can do, I think 200. Some people say 100, some say 300. I think 200 is pretty good in the middle range. Like do 200 Jelqs before you put on the Bathmate. That can help too. And the last tip on what to do, guys, is kind of the echo the beginning with the healthy expectations. You need to be consistent, right, guys? I have noticed, like, because you do get used to the sensation, if that makes sense. So you getting used to the sensation sometimes leads you to believe you're not getting a good enough pump. However, if you're being consistent, doing it 3 to 4 times a week, and you're making little tiny gains, like you're able to get longer and longer and longer in the chamber, and you're measuring, and on non-Bathmate days, and you're getting longer and longer and longer, or thicker, you are making gains. Just because it doesn't feel like it doesn't mean you're not. Like I said, sometimes the body adjusts to the sensation, and like I said, the first time I used the Bathmate, I don't want to say it hurt. That's not what the right word, but it felt very intense. Now I'm using the extreme, and it don't even bother me. You know what I mean? If I used the extreme when I first started, I would have probably hated it. So just remember, guys, you do grow. If when you are consistent with this, you're gonna grow used to the sensation of it. So don't let that little mental trick fool you. Like right now, guys, when I first started, I got to like 160, guys, and I thought I was rocking. I thought, like, oh my god, because I think I started like at 150, 140, somewhere down here when I first did it, and then I got to 160. I'm like, I am kicking ass. And then I got to 170. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then I got to 180, guys, and I was like, wow. Now I'm almost to the 200. I'm between 190 and the 200, guys. So it takes time, but you will make gains on this, and you'll be like, you gotta be consistent, guys. This is a lifestyle. You do it like exercise. You do it 3 to 4 times a week weightlifting. I do 3 to 4 times that, and the Bathmate. It's a lifestyle. You're gonna do it for the rest of your life. So don't try to rush to the end, okay? So I hope you take this video to heart. I hope this, guys, gives you some ideas of things of how you can increase the intensity of the pump. If you guys are interested in getting a Bathmate, let's just say you found this video, I got a link down below for affiliated link to the Bathmate website. Go down there. It's a 60-day money back guaranteed. So I don't think you guys got anything to lose. Also, if you want some picture proof, go to the website. I got some journal logs of me using it. Just go to you'll see them. Go there, check them out, and you'll see real picture proof of this stuff being used. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys for today. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on the next PE tip.